Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. If you thought that you did not have any friends, then think again, because F2 is your friend. Yes, you heard right, the button, the key, F2 on your keyboard is your friend. And let me show you why, because you probably have a workspace like this, something like this, right? And let me just show the code. So you have a lot of code, and then you have all of these weird colors out in the right side, and they really annoy you. Why do we have all of these colors? Well, yeah, I'll show you in just a minute. And another thing is, then maybe you want to do a refactoring, and you did not refactor the correct way. So let me just go to my alien. I have an alien entity right here. It's a JPA entity. It's also something that I'm using in my controllers, which is all of course wrong, and which is something that SonarLint will tell me in just a minute. But first of all, we have the alien right here, and you probably know that if you should rename something, then you would press Shift F6, and then you would actually rename all of that you rename this field right here to something else, like could be like full name or something like that. If you do it the right way, then of course IntelliJ will help you, and it will change all of the places that are referencing this field, for you. But let us play a bit with this. Let us say that you actually, or one of your colleagues, of course. One of your annoying colleagues, they renamed it the wrong way, and they actually, by mistake, they committed the code into your branch, and now you pull it down, and they went on vacation, so now you have to go and fix it. So first of all, you just change it to full name, but you do not get any red marks on your code in the left side. So that is the first thing. If you come from Eclipse, if you're very, very old, or maybe you are retired already, then of course then you remember Eclipse, or you are still using Eclipse because you think it's a much better tool than IntelliJ. And the reason why you think that is actually because of what just happened now. You cannot see the errors on your files. You don't see any red markings on your files in the left side, and that is because IntelliJ only do what is necessary. It wants to give you a responsive UI. That means that it does not build all the time. But if you really want this, and trust me, you don't, but if let's say that you really want it to build every time you save, because IntelliJ saves all the time, as soon as it loses focus, then it will actually save your file for you. Then you can actually press Save Actions. That means that if you press Ctrl-Alt-S, then you get to Settings. Then you can write Save in the top. Then you can go to Save Actions, and then you can tick off Build Project. That means every time you save a file, then your project is actually being built. And by being built, then that means that you will actually compile all of your files, and then it will also look for errors. Of course, there are benefits for this. In this situation, it would be nice if it did that. But instead of doing that, then you can just do it manually by pressing Control F9 instead. So Control F9 equals build, and then now compiles all of your code. And now you can actually see all of the trouble that you actually made, and you get one red marking right here. And if you press Alt6, then you get a list of your project errors right here. And this is exactly what you want, because now you want to go and fix all of these errors right here, one by one. And you have a nice list right here. This is your to-do list because of your annoying colleague that actually made compile errors in the code. Of course, this wouldn't really happen in a real life scenario, because you all have these Git hooks on, so you actually compile and run unit tests just before you commit your code. I know you have that enabled because I made a video on how to do that. So of course, this is just a made-up scenario that would never happen in real life, or would it? Okay, so what you do is you just double-click on the first file. And then you press Escape. Every time you press Escape, then you end up in the code area right here. And you end up right here, and then you can actually fix the problem. So instead of name, then we say Control Space, full name, IntelliJ helps you. And then you can see there are actually more colors in the right side. You can see we have a lot of annoying colors right here. Some of them are yellow, some of them are red. So let's try to press the F2 button. F2 means go to the next problem. And in this situation right here, we will go to the next error, because the error is the worst thing, of course. And again, now you can change it to full name. And then we press F2. Again, just press F2. Now I go down to sleep. There's something wrong, but this is now we come to the warnings. So if you don't care about if you care about the warnings, then you press Alt Enter, and then you can then start fixing the warnings. You can also disable them if you want to with a suppress warning, and then you mention the number right there. But to begin with, let us just focus on the compile errors. We will come back to the warnings afterwards. But you can already see now F2 is your friend because you jump between all of the error problems in your current file, and it will start with the errors. So it is quite smart. Shift F2 is also your friend. You can say that's your next best friend probably. So you have a very good friend. That's your best friend F2. Your second best friend is Shift F2 because then you jump back to the previous problem in your file. Okay, so that was so that was one error. Then we go back to the next one. Get name, get control space. Then IntelliJ will actually tell you how we should actually fix it almost. Of course, not completely, but it will almost tell you how to fix it. Will give us code completion. Then I'll press F2 again. No other errors there. That was good. Okay, so again, now we go to this file right here. Then we press F2. And now here we can see we have some redundant suppression. Okay, if it's redundant, then why don't we just remove it? Okay, Control Alt Shift Enter. Okay, Alt Shift Enter. It was not necessary. Okay. Thank you very much again, IntelliJ. Let me just press F2. No more errors right here. Yeah, okay, there was one problem. Typo in word alient. Okay, Shift F6, rename. Then now, this time you're refactoring. This is an IntelliJ test, so I'll just rename it the right way. But yes, it was an error. Let us press F2 again. No errors found in this file. Oh, I'm so happy I got my new friend F2. Maybe I'll invite F2 to some barbecue. It will probably be cheap in burgers. It will probably not eat all of my food. It will not drink all of my whatever I drink. If you're a developer, it's probably cola and coffee. Again, we press F2, 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 and then Control Space. It's so easy to be a developer. It's incredible that this is actually a profession that you can live off, and you can actually get a salary by doing this. And it's also a lot of fun. It should be like a hobby or something, right? But people actually live of this, so it's actually a real trade. Okay, so what does it say here now? It complains a bit. It says that we have misspelled something again. Okay, partitioning. Okay, let us just partition. That's okay. Let us just change it again and again here. Typo, rename to, yes. Partition test. It was not what I actually meant, but let us just rename it to partition. Let me just see again right here. We will just press Controls, Alt Shift Enter, or Alt Enter, and then we'll say typo rename to, and here we can choose portion test. I actually don't know what I wanted to write. Partitioning. Yeah, so it is like partitioning. So it's like something like with partitioning. That is what we wanted to write here. It's not portion at least. So now we miss. So now we renamed it. So that was good. Let me press F2 once again. So there's some more misspellings. Ewok, it does not know that word. I guess it has not seen a lot of sci-fi movies. Get full name. Yes. Then we have again. Press F2. Get full name. Press F2. Control space. Get full name. Press F2. Press F2. I'm so happy. It feels like I've known my new friend my whole life. It just feels so natural. There's no drama with F2, it just does what it's supposed to do. You can just tell it what to do. You don't have to think about if you are stepping on F2's feelings or anything like that. The perfect friend. And of course, don't forget Shift F2 again. And now it's just typo, so that is okay that we have those typos there. And you can actually, if you want to, you can actually remove the typo check. You can do that if you want to. I'll not do it right now, but I've actually shown you to remove that inspection. So, okay, so now what do we have now? So we press Control F9 again. So now it's building. So let's see that it actually builds. It built, no errors found by the IDE. No errors found by the IDE. I'm so proud of myself. But this is not enough, right? We know that that we could actually do something better because we were a bit in a hurry when we made this. So, and of course we have the Sonar and Lint plugin installed. If you haven't installed it, then watch my other video where I show you how to install it and what Sonar Lint can do for you. Analyze with Sonar Lint, of course. We want to analyze our code and we want to become better programmers, better developers, and we want to make clean code. We want to make code that are easy to maintain. So every time we press on one problem right here, then we actually get this number right here, Java S4684. And in this situation right here, it means that we should not expose our JPA entities as REST objects. We should actually create a DTO and then map them. Yes, Sonar Lint is totally correct, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not sure that I actually have the. If you don't know, if you think it's boring to map, then use map struct. It is awesome. It's really, really good. But for now, I'll just show how to suppress this warning right here. Suppress, because I think it's okay for this. This is just a demo. But of course, in real life, never expose your entities. Always convert it to a DTO, and then you can help. There is a lot of times you can also help the UI with actually. Sorry, here we have the response, which is also just an alien. That is also an entity. So we actually have two errors right here. We should not return an alien. We should also not accept an alien right there. And of course, we also need request body. We actually forgot that request body. That was another error right there. So there's actually 3 errors. Okay, but suppress warning. Let's say that you don't agree and you don't care about some of these warnings that Sonar Lint will come and nag about. Then you can just say suppress warnings, and then you say Java S46 and 84 like this, and then you save it. And of course, if you rerun the Sonar Lint, let me just see if I can do it in the left side right here. Analyze all project files. Yeah. So now it disappeared from the list, so it did not complete anymore. And again, I can press F2 to get these problems right here. So again, here this time it says we can actually change it to an inline expression. Yes, thank you very much. Let us just do that. Now it disappeared, and we'll just continue. Remove this use of sleep. Yeah, but there was something that I wanted to show. So actually, I don't care about this. If you're using something like the Sonar Cube server, then I know that there's something where you can actually ignore false positives there also, but don't do that. Add it to your code, because that means that when your DevOps dude, maybe it's actually you, that actually maintains that server, when the person actually by mistake takes down the storage or something like that is attached to the Sonar Cube, then of course all of your false positives marks will actually disappear. But if you add them to the code, then they will never disappear. Then you can also see it locally, and you can also see it on the server, of course. And again, if I want to see this right now, then I can just press analyze it. Yes, and now we come to the next one. It says remove the public. Yes, that is because when you have a test, you don't need to have a public class. Spring Boot test, it's okay that it's just, a class. So I'll press F2 again. F2 is my friend. Nothing actually else happens right here. So that was actually it. Remove pub, we did that already. So let us press analyze all files. F2. So now we can go to the next one. Show one of each. What was the problem with that? Sonar Lint, blah, blah, blah. Can it fix it? Show one of each. Remove this public identifier. That was not it. For each can be replaced with map for each. Okay, try that. Yes, of course. I went on a key set. That was actually a bit, yes, that was a good one. Thank you very much, Sonar Lint, and also thank you very much, F2 key. Thank you very much. Okay, so show rule description. Okay, let me see what I did wrong there. So it says a test case without assertion. Yes, there are no assertions. It's not a real test case if there are no assertions. So assertion. Oh, and I need to be assert J, of course. That is the best syntax for this. assert that, and then we can say collect. Actually, we'll go inside this loop here. Let us assert something in here. It's more fun, right? So curly brackets. Then we can use multiple lines. Assert that key. Assert that key. It's not null. It's not null. Yes, thank you very much. Duplicate line. And also assert that the value is not null. So now we created 2 assertions. And now it should be happy. And what is now? It's this. Yes. So let us press F2. What does it say here? Typo. Okay. A typo. Rename to. Thank you very much, IntelliJ. So. Okay, let us go to the next one. So again, we will right click, and you can actually instead of right clicking all the time, then you could actually go and set a key up for this. So I'll press Ctrl Alt S. Then I will go to my key bindings, key map is right here. Then I'll write Sonar lint. Right now we analyze with Sonar lint. Okay, I already have one, Control Alt S, but that's wrong. I used that already for Shift Control S. Analyze with Sonar lint. Okay, Shift Control S. Let us try that. Shift Control S. No issues. It should do it for the whole project. So let us just run that one. No issue to display. Did we really go through all of them? I cannot believe that. Sonar lint. Control Shift S. See, now it actually found some. So it depended where I was standing, maybe. Control Alt S. Ah, yes, it did. So when I was inside this file. Okay, so the way that Sonar lint actually works is if you press Control Shift S, then it actually looks at the file, and then it only looks for errors in the file and in the deeper levels in the file hierarchy. So the way to actually solve that is you press Alt 1, and because then you end up in the file hierarchy, and then you can press Control Shift S when you are standing on the top level. Control Alt S. Why am I wrong? Yeah, not that game. So that is it. There is it. Yes. Remove the public. Yes, I will remove that. Press F2. And call remove. What does it say right here? Should call remove on should add weight. Make final. Call remove and should add weight. Thread local. Ah, I know why. It's because we did not call remove in end on thread local, and best practice is actually to remove it. So remove void thread local. If you haven't seen that video, then it will actually show you how to save things within the same session in your Spring Boot application. So we'll just say should add weight dot remove. Yes, like this. Of course, it's not used right now. So that, of course, now we have a new one. This error right here. Yeah, but that's okay. We will just ignore that for now. And Alt1, go back, Control Alt S. Let's see what happens. Running Sonar analysis. Control Alt S. I know that there was another error, right? So there should be another error. Close all tabs. Control Alt S. Don't have any more errors, but that's really good. That's really incredible. That is really good. Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I think I solved all of them actually. So those were actually the errors, and the Alt6 as usual. There you can see the project errors, and you can press Control F9 to build your project. It was just a bit of fun with the F2. F2 is your friend. It will go and it will go to the next warning or error, depending on what you have in your repository. So I'll just commit my code as usual. F2 is your friend. Yes, it is. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great evening, and I hope to see you again soon, of course. And thank you very much for all of your comments. Bye-bye.